Okay, so this video is going to talk about measures of central tendency for nominal, ordinal, and interval ratio data using frequency tables, cumulative percentages, cumulative frequencies, and also for lists of raw data. So here we have a frequency table. It is for favorite seasons, and we surveyed all of these people and these were what they answered. So we know that this data is nominal because the categories here are categorical. They are not numerical. Each one is just a different category. We cannot put them in order. And you might be saying, wait, you can put the seasons in order. They go spring, summer, fall, winter. That's right, but no season is greater than or less than another season, right? So that's what we mean by putting things in order when we talk about ordinal data. They have to be greater than or less than. And while you can put the seasons in order, like one comes before the other, one is not greater than the other. So this is just nominal data. They are categorical data that you cannot put in order. They are non-numerical. Okay? So this is nominal data. And if you can remember, from nominal data, we can only find one type of central tendency, and that's the mode. The mode, okay? And to find the mode with a frequency table is extremely easy. All you have to do is find the frequency that occurs the most, which is, in this case, 90, and then look at the corresponding category. So, because the highest frequency is 90, the mode is the category that corresponds to the highest frequency, and that is spring. So, in this sample, spring is the modal category. It is the season that was chosen the most. We cannot find the median because we can't put them in order, and we can't find the mean because they're not numerical data. So let's move on from nominal data to ordinal data. To do that, we're going to construct another frequency table. This time, we're going to talk about social class. Okay? We have working class. We have lower middle class. We have upper middle class. And we have upper class. Okay, so then we need to know, well, in our survey, how many people were in each class? We had 150 working class people in our survey, 250 lower middle class people in our survey, 25 upper middle class, and 25 upper class. We know that this data is ordinal because they are categorical, right? Each of these groups is a category. It's not a number. Ordinal values can be numbers, but generally they're going to be ranges of numbers, such as income brackets, right? Like 0 to 10,000, 10,000, 1 to 20,000, and so on, right? They're ordinal because you can put them in numerical order, or sorry, ascending or descending order. So that's either ascending or descending. That means that working class is always going to be lower than lower middle class, and that's always going to be lower than upper middle class, and that's always going to be lower than upper class. If you put these in any other order, it wouldn't make any sense. So that's how you know that it's ordinal. In our last example, when we had spring, summer, etc., you can put them in any order and it'll be just the same. When you have these numerical brackets that tell us ranges of values, those are also in order, right? So there's 0 to 10,000, 10,001 to 20,000, 20,001 to 30,000, etc. Plus. These are numbers that are numerical that you can put in order from lowest to highest. From lowest to highest. But they're not interval ratio because you cannot subtract them or add them to each other, right? So the difference between 20,001 to 30,000 and 0 to 10,000 could be anywhere from 30,000 to just 10,001, right? Because anybody who answers in this bracket, they could make 20,001, they could make 25,000, they could make 30,000, they could make 21,117, right? We have no idea how much they actually make. We just know that they're in this range. And the same goes for this 0 to 10,000 group. So we can't know the exact values when the numbers are ranges like this. Numbers that are ranges are always going to be ordinal because we cannot subtract one value from the other and get a sensible value. The way that you would make something like this interval ratio is having each actual value, right? 0, 1, all the way up to 100,000, right? Which is what you would have in a data set that has interval ratio data. If you ask somebody exactly how much do you make, then they would give you an exact answer. And you would just put that exact value in your data set, right? It doesn't matter if that value only happens once because it's interval ratio. You're just going to be comparing all those numbers to each other. However, for now, we're just working with this frequency table here. Okay, so with that frequency table, we want to find the mode. Finding the mode is easy. You just look for the frequency that happens the most and then find its category, which is lower middle. I'm going to write it down here. So the mode for this data is lower middle. We have more lower middle class people in this data set than any other type of person. All right. Now we're going to try and find the median. There are multiple ways to find the median. The old-fashioned way, the way that you probably learned in grade school, was just by listing out all the values. So that would be working class, and you would do that 150 times. You would just list the word working class 150 times. Then you would do lower middle 250 times. And upper middle 25 times and upper 25 times. Obviously we're not going to do that. That would take forever, right? the way that you would do that then is you would, cross out one from the beginning, one from the end, until you get to the middle and find what value that is in the middle. That's going to take forever, so we're not going to do that. What we are going to do is we're going to use the trick that I taught you with the cumulative percentage frequency table, right? So first, we need to find percentages. So 150, first we need to find our total, right? The total number of people who took this survey. That's going to be 150 plus 250 plus 25 plus 25. That gives us 450 people. 450 people were surveyed. Now we can find percentages. So to find the percentage for working class people in our data set, we do 150, which is the frequency of working class people, divided by the total number of people, which is 450. That's 33.3%. Okay, to find the percentage of lower middle class people, we would do 250 divided by 450, and that's 55.6%. Then for upper middle, we do 25 divided by 450. That gives us 5.6%. And since this number is the same, right, the frequency for upper middle and upper were the same, we know that this is also 5.6%. That's how we calculate our percentages. We just take the value that is the frequency for each category and divide it by the total. Now we can find the percent, or the cumulative percent.